It's Monday, September 27th, 2021, and here we are back at 340 Berkeley Circle, Dorval, Quebec, for the first time in 2 years since our trip to St. Lucia with Mom and Dad.
Well, here are Jimmy and Celia, and we are delighted to have them visit us because it's been kind of a quiet 2 years. We have not really had any visitors except spiders, which are still here. We have the squirrels, and we have Mrs. Brown and her baby, Alyssa's bunnies, that live in our back cedar hedge. During the pandemic, we have not had any visitors. Our first visitors in almost 2 years was about a month ago when Donald and Janice and Anthony and Kate and Avery came down here. Avery is now 20 months. We had not seen him since he was 3 months old, so we had a wonderful visit.
The next visitors we were delighted to have were John, Suzanne, and Melissa. While Suzanne was here, we had a visit from Neil and Fran and Tommy and Judy, who we had not seen Judy since the wedding in Texas. Kathy's wedding.
So after that, we went to Ottawa for the day and to Anthony's place for lunch, Anthony and Kate's place for lunch. And Suzanne and John did the driving, and we ate outside, and of course Avery was the star of the show.
When we were in Ottawa, we found out that we're going to have a new member to our family, as Kate is pregnant about...
Avery is going to have a brother or sister.
And it's going to be a brother or sister.
Jimmy is just catching up on what the family are doing since we had that our 60th wedding anniversary celebration at Whistler.
That was 9 years ago, and we had stopped skiing only 5 years ago.
At
Habitat and St. Sever.
The last time we golfed was about 3 years ago, but we are still members of Summerlee.
2 years ago, we resigned as full members of Summerlee, and we are now lifetime members, which is membership without golf.
A few Friday nights this summer, we went for special dinners. They don't have the buffets like before, but a special dinner.
So you only went 4 or 5 times because of the pandemic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like everyone else, we've had to go through the pandemic, and we don't consider better or worse. Obeying all the protocols, getting our vaccination, doing everything we can. Probably the most difficult thing in the pandemic was not seeing our friends. The worst thing, as I said, was not seeing friends, but we stayed in touch with them as closely as we could. We lost a few friends, so of course we could not go to any funerals or anything. But other than that, we have weathered it very, very well. On our quiet street, we go walking, we know all our neighbors. We talk from each side of the street. Our days have passed very, very well, and we are very happy to be in our home.
Okay, now what's the next question? And will it matter because there's a plane going overhead? We were going to talk about Dad's audio and Dad's reading machine.
I can get an e-edition of the Gazette and to listen to it on my iPad. I try to walk every day, and if the weather is bad, we go to one of the malls and we're able to walk probably non-stop for 45 minutes or so. We
walk around the neighborhood here, all around the neighborhood, and when the weather is nice, one of the nicest walks, we drive down to Pine Beach Park, and then we walk along the lake, and it is beautiful.
So where did you order pickup during the pandemic for food?
Mangioni's. We picked up on Friday nights. We usually picked up on Friday night. That was our Mangione night. Otherwise, I cooked everything. Well, we went to this summer. We went to the Manoir where we can eat. We can eat outside. It's totally. The roof is totally covered outside.
I've hardly been doing any video, I think because I'm catching up on all the editing. I'm only on 2007, so I missed a lot of Ali being here in Montreal, going to McGill University. We came back here for her graduation, and Ali and Alyssa both have been here at Grandma and Grandpa's house many times.
Lots time more than Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving and birthdays and different events, they've been here visiting, so we don't have any of that on video, but that's what's been happening here with Grandma and Grandpa. Here we are on a lovely autumn day at 340 Berkeley Circle. 3 or 4 years ago when I was visiting, I dug up all these rocks. They had sunk into the earth over the years, since like mid-60s, and I dug them all out and raised them back up to their former glory.
So what are our jobs this week?
Okay, one of the biggest jobs is to de-spider the house, even though we do it every couple of days for Jimmy. That's one job. The second job is to help me defrost the freezer downstairs, and the third job is to help us take some stuff to Renaissance, which is the place that takes used goods.
So we've covered the last 9 years, including the pandemic, and now we're going to talk about what the future holds.
We have had a very active life and we've been very lucky, but now, not just with the pandemic, with our age and with the pandemic, we are not planning a future because we don't know what we're going to be able to do. We are hoping to be able to get back to St. Lucia and to get to Australia for Andrew's graduation in 2 years, but we are just going day by day now and doing what we are able to do and what we can do, and we're not worried about the future.
Donald will be coming with us to St. Lucia. This is partly in training to go 2 years to Andrew's graduation in Australia. And hopefully this would all work out well for us.
Other than that, our travels will be just to be a few trips out west.
This used to be Dorval High School, where Donald, Suzanne, and I went to school from grade 8 to grade 12 through the 60s. I graduated in 72. So now this is John 23rd. Used to be a Protestant school. The Catholic school over there used to be John 23rd. Now they're both John 23rd. This is grade 7 and 8. The old John 23rd is 9, 10, 11. And apparently they're both French only, and they're overflow for schools in Pierrefonds that are too crowded. This used to be Dorval Theatre right there in the corner where you see the red truck going through. So way back to the 60s, we went to Saturday morning matinees for 50 cents, and all through high school and times living here enjoyed movies there. So sad to see it go down. And in the parking lot here for Dorval Shopping Center, you can see condos are going up here. That is a big hole in the ground. This used to be St. Veronica's Elementary School. It's now called École Gentili. In 1971, my first job was here, cleaning floors and so forth for the Catholic School Commission for minimum wage, which was $1.65 an hour. So this school's been here since 1950s, and nothing's changed, but it used to be fields all around here. See where all these houses are over here? These used to be empty fields where me and Rob Dunbar and Drew Grout would go drinking on a Friday night. This is La Fleur's. It's a chain of restaurants having French fries, poutine, and mostly the steamed hot dogs if we can't get it all in BC.
Here we are.
This is the Dorval Community Center. I think it was a golf club house for a golf course in the 40s and 50s. 60s and 70s, this was all a big undeveloped field where we played when we lived on Hamilton Place, and then we moved into 340 Berkeley Circle that was built on the golf course. And through those years, especially through the 60s and 70s, we would play inside here. It was all in disarray from years of neglect before they fixed it up. We call it the haunted house or the rack. This is the Royal St. Lawrence Yacht Club. This is where we go for our walks often. The community center is behind us, John 23rd High School, Dorval High, when we're coming from 340 Berkeley Circle. As a kid, I would get my frogs from the lily pads out by the boats here to feed the snakes I got from Uncle Neil's place in Vermont. Right on the corner of Carson and Dorval Avenue behind me here, that used to be the main liquor store. So before parties, that's where we get all our hard liquor. This is Chow's Chinese food. It's been the same probably since the 1950s, certainly the 1960s. This is where we'd end up often, like during high school when I'd be out drinking and roaming the streets aimlessly with Rob Dunbar and Drew Grout. We'd come here for 8 rolls around the side. They had their takeout spot. Here we are at Mont Gabriel. Many good memories here, skiing here in the 1970s. We're on our way to Rock and Demers at St. Marguerite Station. So the slope behind me here, the easy slope, we used to do ballet on. There were many ballet competitions, including international competitions. And then over here, the aerials used to be on that slope over there. Can you see that slope?
Yeah.
Again, many international competitions there. This slope here, I think 1979, I was there with Dave McEwen and Bruce Eves, tried my first double backflip and ended up breaking 4 bones in my left ankle, but 2 weeks later set a world record at Mont Saint-Sever, doing a 21-man backflip with a ski on one foot and a cast on the other. And over here you can see Mont Olympia. This is my good friend, Roch Demers, otherwise known as Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Or Rocky Raccoon.
And he has just built this house recently on a property that his dad used to own, and the summer cabin, which is more like a beautiful mansion just up the hill here. In the 70s, we used to go up there.
Hi, this is Rock, Jim's best friend again. You know, Jim and I used to be on the Rossignol freestyle team. I was the only Frenchman on the freestyle team. And if you look at all the pictures, the best pictures are from the Frenchman.
Wait.
I taught Jim to speak French. And no, it's just great. It's just great to see my buddy Jim. And all of you who get to see this, you also know how great a person he is. And the person behind the camera, lovely Celia. Love you all.
Hello, welcome to Lac Tremblant. You guys, we have a sunset tonight. Would you like a crab cake? We're just hanging out with Celia and Earl on the dock.
How do I know you, Jimmy? I've known you for pretty well 3/4 of my life, I guess, from I was 16 years old. And that was quite a while ago. Skiing at Saint-Sever, on the side of Saint-Sever. The first little kicker that you did a flip on, I was there. And many years since then.
And here is a panoramic view of Lac Tremblant and Earl and Julie's private beach.
And the crab cakes.
Oh, these are so good.
Is the sandbox at your house or Avery's house?
At our house, it's huge.
Oh, and when did you build it?
2 weeks ago, maybe?
Oh, and Avery loves it?
Yeah. Sells trucks and makes roads and...
Where did you build it, in your basement?
No, in the backyard.
Outside your basement, yeah.
Is he still going in the pool?
No, it's closed.
And how often are you seeing Avery now?
Once a week, sometimes more. If they're going away, sometimes we'll have them for an overnighter on the weekend if they got a golf tournament or something.
How old is Avery now?
22, he's going to be 22 months, I think, in October.
Do you have a regular day that you see him?
Yeah, usually Tuesdays. And he's taking swimming lessons. You're talking about water, the pool. He's taking swimming lessons now on Fridays with Anthony. So we came pre-Christmas to exchange gifts outside, socially distanced. And then we came a couple of weeks ago and are here now. Yeah.
Did you retire during the pandemic?
Yeah, last Halloween.
Last Halloween.
So October 31st.
So how's retirement overall? Have you cleared your desk and everything?
Oh yeah, work was gone in a couple of days. I don't even think about it. I'm still actually in contact on Facebook with some of my people that I know in work.
What's the best thing about being retired?
You're on permanent vacation. The exercise.
Okay.
And when are you going back to the Tai Chi classes?
They say January they're going to start, but they don't know.
And you find it's really helping your, is it helping your back better than anything?
Okay, Don, you come up.
How long have you had a bad back?
Hello,
20 years?
hello,
Over 20
everybody.
years.
We need 6 people around the table. We can use these 2 little stools.
Is this all from Mangioni's?
Yeah.
So that's your favorite takeout place, right?
But yours at 22.
It's our only takeout place. Yeah, it's true, it might need to go in a little bit. This is Renaissance, and they take all kinds of your disposable goods. So we give our clothes to the Salvation Army.
The last house item is the mirror from the room that we're staying in.
Doreen is the one that keeps us fed. And the food is delicious.
So you used to know Doreen's mum?
I knew Doreen's mum. She was among the older women of
The old
retired
guard.
one, the old guard, and she died about 1 year ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, we've been enjoying your food on this trip and several other trips. Been fantastic. This is Dorval Shopping Center. Not many of the original stores are still here. The one that is Laura Seacourt behind me. All through the years, like since the 60s, we've got our ice cream cones there, presents for different occasions, and now probably 20-30% of the stores are completely shut down, like empty spaces, including, you'll see at this end here, the Bay just shut down, I think, in the last 2 weeks. And this mall used to be open to the elements up until about the 1960s. So late 1960s, I think they closed it in.
Here's the empty Bay store. Here's a panoramic view of the whole shopping center. And over there, it's kind of like the 1960s with all the elements.
Here we are in the other half of Dorval Shopping Center, the not covered half. Over here we see the IGA grocery store. That used to be Steinberg's, a Quebec chain for many years, right back to the 60s. I remember my mom getting a week's groceries at Steinberg's for $25. And then here, the Express replaced Dagwood's just in the last couple of years. Sorry to see that go because my mom met with the Dagwood girls, she called them. A group of her friends, maybe about 24 of them, would meet there every Saturday morning and have sandwiches and talk. A lot of her summer league golfing friends and twin skiing friends. And then over here, Jean Coutu has always been a pharmacy, but it used to be a different name way back. I can't remember what that used to be.
So there was 4 of them that were out there, and you know.
Here we are at Le Manoir on Hymas and St. John's Road, together with old friends. Outside, exterior, COVID safe, and introduce yourself, young lady.
Celia, your wife.
Oh yeah.
Your wife's boyfriend, Rob?
The boyfriend's
Of the boyfriend.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's your name, miss?
Ingrid.
Aren't you my old physiotherapist from like 1984?
Remember I twisted your arm?
And,
Oh, wow. We're kissing cousins, aren't we?
yes, Deirdre Ware, daughter of Barry.
Oh, my God. The legend.
John, the new guy.
I won't show her all this.
The new Irish.
And
I'm on film. Wait, I'm on film.
Dave McEwen, who moved into the same house as
Working on the
me
menu.
in the 1950s.
We're working on the menu.
And who do we have over
Makes me
here?
so nervous all the time.
Dan Dorian, alias
I don't even
Game.
have a beer yet.
And my long lost relative, Maggie Dunn.
Mugsy. I do it all the time.
Here we are at the Manoir again. We were here last night with other ski friends, which was awesome. And we're meeting Tommy, Fran, and Uncle Neil.
Are you guys having lunch or breakfast?
We're having lunch, but we come here on Sunday for lunch with our friends in the summer when it's nice and...
How many times have you been here this year?
10, 12.
Oh, that many?
Not that many. 5 or 6.
Here we are back at Le Manoir on Friday morning. Anyone know the date?
October 1st.
Okay, and tell me who you are.
Fran Phelan with my darling Neil.
Celia Bond.
I know you.
Neil Hanna.
And who's Neil Hanna? How do we know you?
Well, I was married to Donald's beautiful little sister.
And how do you know this good-looking guy beside you?
Well, he's my son.
All right.
And I am your mother, and I no longer can give you orders because you don't obey her.
Okay.
You have quite a...
Look at that. You gonna be able to finish that?
Definitely not.
Nice looking salad. And a good Montreal pizza there with Tommy.
This is Marion's favorite market and excellent food. Everything is fresh right behind us.
I shop here every week and get all fresh fruit and vegetables. I do that all summer.
The corn looks good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some. Get this, Jim.
What are we going to shop for now, Dad?
We're getting down here, we'll get the bagels.
Okay.
The best in town.
Here we are at our favorite bagel place, Hansel Bagel.
You have got me, it's okay to be...
Jimmy, I'll just rest my back.
Okay.
Are you getting any bagels, Dad?
No, we've got lots at home.